We are live here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's great to see you all.
It is. It's so good.
I was the third one on here, but it wouldn't let me text. What?
No. Oh, what? That's my coffee.
I can, and I will pass you your coffee. What's up, Danny? Haven't seen you in a minute. I know, right? It's like you were just. It was like I just saw you or something.
Hey guys. Hey, I see Kirsten and Eden. I just pointed out the girls.
You're alive.
Riel. Oh, so good to see you guys on here. I love it. So fun. Matthew, Bryce. What is up with all the fonts? That's pretty nifty.
I haven't eaten in 3 days. Bryce Kelso.
Why? I am tired. Yeah.
You seem tired, Holly.
I know. I'm probably not myself today.
She's had tons of rest.
I have actually. You mean like when you're at the lake? Yeah.
I would mean when we were at the lake and you were just relaxing and reading and loving your life.
I read for 2 days straight.
I'm referring to that.
It was pretty great. Danny was doing some electrical work and he was working really hard for 12-hour days and I was reading.
This is true, but it's okay. It was a good time. That's a dope shirt, Holly.
Thanks. I like the shirt. It says I'm a human too. It's made by Known Supply Plug, one of my favorite brands.
Plug them, babe.
Yeah, everything that they make is signed by the maker inside. So, and they pay fairly. They take care of all of their artisans, all of their makers. So they're really big on makers are humans as well. The people that are making our clothes. So totally check it out. It's awesome. I love their brand. So, yeah.
Do you want to maybe drop down?
I know I'm really
your
high,
head is.
No, I can't. Why is that weird this week?
What do you mean you can't? Is it all the way down?
Yeah, it's the lowest.
Oh well then, let's just adjust.
Oh, there we go.
The world here.
So much better.
There we go.
That's awesome.
It's beautiful. My seat is all the way up. It's just our dynamic. You like to be much taller looking than me. I understand.
Yeah,
that's
intentional for sure. Look at all these weird font things going on. Charlotte, hello.
What's going on, Charlotte Miller?
Good afternoon or evening. And Noelle, I see you, girl. I love it. So good to see you guys on here. How are you guys liking the weather? It's pretty beautiful, huh? I like it. I'm a fan.
How's the weather been here? When we went up, so we went up to Maryland to do the electrical work we were at, and it snowed. It was snowing and sleeting in Maryland, really, when we were there. And that was that was Sunday and Monday. Kind of crazy. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday as well. But how is it here? How is the weather on Sunday and Monday and Tuesday here?
Yeah.
Amazing weather.
Yeah, I heard it was really
What's going on, Benji? How you doing?
Back here, for sure. That's cool. How's everybody's week been? What do you guys, is a lot of schoolwork or how's I know, really, Eden, it was snowing in May. They said that actually the place where we were in Maryland was right on the lake, and they said that the temperature and the weather there matches that of New England, which is really odd. They said that the way that the area is placed and that the surrounding terrain.
It was cold due to unusual southern polar vortex.
Thank you, Kirsten. Daniel Gonzalez, good to see you.
65 and 70.
Kind of, sort of.
Daniel, did you get any disc golf in? Did Jordan show you?
Just turned in an essay 3 days late. Bryce, how close are you to finishing for good? Like done with high school? I'm so curious. And when are all assignments due? Memorial Day weekend? Is that kind of, no, you guys tell me. When are things done? 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Oh, it's super close. Yeah, I thought I didn't.
Danny Torres says it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks that y'all have to turn in all your work. Just about that. Yeah, Benjamin said the same thing. I only have 2 weeks left after this one.
May 29th for Hampton. Yeah. Okay. So that's nice that they're kind of wrapping it up before Memorial Day weekend. Then you can kind of relax for your weekend at home. Just kidding.
Relax for your weekend at home.
Oh, it's so crazy.
I'm taking my permit test Monday. Like, driver's license permit?
Oh, I thought you were talking. I was like, that's so exciting.
Kirsten, you talking about driver's license?
Yeah, totally. That's what she's talking about. Permit. Yeah.
Liam has not done any work since
Is
March.
Skylar doing it with you too, Kirsten?
Noelle just started college.
All classes except for Kim.
A college government class.
Nice. I loved government.
Wait, the DMV is opening back up? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
They are. I saw actually today. I was updating registration, and they're having some some places in the States are opening. Right.
Our governor has been talking about going through 3 different phases of what it's going to look like in the state of Virginia to reopen. And phase 1 starts May 15th.
Friday.
This Friday, people. This Friday, we go into phase 1, which I'm still not completely sure of all the details about phase 1. Honestly, I know that I guess some businesses can reopen, but I know the social distancing is still in place. You can't gather over 10. Yeah, those pieces for sure are still in effect. I guess they'll just give some small businesses a chance to maybe navigate their way through still meeting CDC requirements, but trying to run their business. Are any of you guys even excited about that? Is there is there some piece of restaurants can open as long as they have outdoor seating? Really, Benjamin? Hey, B-Dub's got outdoor seating, people. Hey. B-Dubs.
Plant-based diet, though.
I mean, yes, I'm still on my plant-based diet. I'm still rocking and rolling, but I did tell my wife quite a time ago that when we were able to gather and collectively eat food, I would go to La Teteca and I would eat a meal. So I'm waiting for that glorious day.
La Teteca?
La Teteca has outdoor seating, but it's like 4 seats. It's not a lot.
Like 8. I love it. Hey, Ryan. Good to see you on here. I love it.
Oh, look at this. Hold on. Kirsten said restaurants must also maintain half of max customers on top of only outdoor seating.
Still need to be able to make sure there's space. Bryce, I'm with you. I'm excited for thrift stores too to reopen. I've been thinking about that. Is there anything that this time has made you guys appreciate a lot more, or you didn't realize how grateful you were for? Obviously, there's the the normal ones, but anything that kind of took you by surprise? What about you? Anything that you realized, oh my gosh, I really loved that, and I didn't even know
I
didn't have it.
I love eating food, but that hasn't been because of the virus. I love face-to-face interaction with human beings. That's always enjoyable.
Charity said space for my family.
Space for my family.
You realized how much you appreciated that?
More time. A lot of people were like, more time with my family. I heard probably more students say that they enjoyed spending more time with their family.
That's so good. I love that. Have you enjoyed spending more time with me?
Baby, it's been incredible. It's been incredible to spend more time with you. We actually haven't been able to go see my mother because she's over 70. And so we've been trying to be pretty safe about putting her in proximity because of, obviously, COVID. So we've been doing our best phone calls, and we even wrote her a little note for Mother's Day and pieces like that. But I miss my mom for sure. I'd like to go see her. 100%.
Yeah,
I miss I miss Realife. I miss gathering. I miss all of that. I mean, you guys gotta miss that. No game, I put Choripoyo with cheese dip. Ooh, I'm so excited! I'm so excited. That's my favorite meal from La Azteca. But I don't want to do the just go and get it and leave. I want the experience of sitting down and then I'm seeing my man there. I'm like, yo, what's up, man? It's been a long time. Like, great, and it's awesome. And they're bringing me delicious Coca-Cola over and over and over again. And it's
the refills. Let's be honest.
It's the refills and the chips galore.
And Jose is amazing.
And it's the company though, man. I don't go by myself. You go with people.
Yeah. I
miss that a lot. I'm not gonna lie. That's something I miss for sure.
Yeah.
Jordan says, I have totally been getting it and leaving, which I understand. I get the getting it and leaving, but it's not the same. It's not the same as
not the same as
sitting down with people and having a meal there.
Yeah.
Your La Azteca man is my man now. Doubtful.
Jose. Yeah, family time. I totally hear you.
Aren't they letting churches
sitting in
open
coffee
up
again?
Again?
I do too, Scott. I'm with you. Miss that.
Sitting in coffee shops and people watching.
Grabbing a cup of coffee and reading, and miss that too. Or even the movie theater. Anybody else kind of miss going to see a movie? There were a few movies I wanted to see.
Only if they're. You know what? I've missed it, but they've done a great job of not really showing any movies at all anyway. So it hasn't felt like I've missed out on a movie. It hasn't been a movie that came through that I was like, man, I just want to go to the theater and watch it.
Yeah.
But I do miss going to the movies for sure.
Yeah. I'm good, but I'm good. Makes you appreciate things for sure. Makes you appreciate
100%
life. And
so, guys, I wanted to just have a quick conversation with you guys. Not even a conversation. I wanted to have more of a Q&A. Okay. I want you guys to ask any questions that are relating to Realife and COVID and reopening, or thoughts that you have for things to come or the future that you've been kind of wondering or wanted even answers to. And I just want to take this time because I know our mayor is moving forward with some of these phases, and I know it's going to bring up a lot of questions about what's going on and are we opening? Are we not opening? And so I'd love to take just a few moments to kind of talk or even address a few of those questions if you have any.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a plan for a future reopening of Realife? That is a great question. I think a lot of people are thinking about that. So Realife will operate under the same as our church, Life Church. We're not anything separate. We're definitely together. Mm-hmm. And actually today, Life Church, our eldership team, put out an email kind of addressing 3 criteria that we would have to meet before we would probably having in-house gatherings again. Mm-hmm. And those, I actually have those pulled up. I'd love to read them to you real fast. I thought it was a great email, and it'll kind of inform you is where we're at as a church, okay? So remember, 3 criteria that we would want to be met first before we begin to do in-house gatherings. Number 1 is the allowance by our government for houses of worship to gather in person while observing the requisite CDC guidelines on social distancing and the use of personal protective equipment. 50% capacity will be allowed as of May 15th per Governor Norland's recently released guidelines. You can refer to, this is a great link you can check out. You can refer to Ford, Virginia guidelines for a great resource. So that's even going, Kirsten was mentioning earlier about that 50% piece. That'll also be in place for places of worship. But that's only one criteria. It's not all 3. So the second criteria that needs to be met is affirmation from our connections to local government and other organizations endowed with superior resources to assess the risk. So basically, we'll also be seeking out counsel on what other people with better resources than what we have, what they are doing and what they are suggesting. And then third, that third criteria is the ability for our church to gather in a beneficial manner, which is important now, a beneficial manner, while observing the aforementioned CDC guidelines, including but not limited to modifications to childcare and children's programming is needed to successfully observe these guidelines. So those are the three criteria that our church has agreed upon through a lot of counsel and a lot of praying and a lot of seeking out other resources. Mm-hmm. And I think it's great. Only one of those so far, number one, has basically been, as far as reopening, it's a 50% piece, but we have not met the other two. So we will not be opening up, at least on May 15th, we won't be opening up. Also, just to put out there, you also won't see, like, the decision to reopen won't come out of thin air. Mm-hmm. It won't be just like all of a sudden one day the whole church is back open and everybody's meeting. That's expressed also in the email that was released today. It won't be like that because of even the nature of the COVID-19 virus and how it's always been kind of just paying attention to what it's doing and what the numbers are saying. And it's always kind of a moving circumstance that we need to be adapting to make sure people are safe and are taken care of. Mm-hmm. So I know that was a lot, but I knew that question was going to come up, and I wanted to make sure our church did a great job today. Our elder team and Pastor Christoph and everyone's they just did a great job of releasing that today. And I was really thankful for that. And I wanted you guys to know that as well. Mm-hmm. I see here a page that says, so does 50% capacity mean half of Realife or half of Life Church? So we probably won't operate under a 50% capacity period. I can't there won't be we're going to let half people come to church and then that other half don't come to church. It won't be like that. So for right now, it's just that phase one has taken place and we are watching what that's going to do. And then there's two other pieces that still need to happen as well before our church is ready to open up. And honestly, I would much rather lean into the direction of being over safe instead of being considered reckless even and really allowing people to be hurt for a second. So I'm really proud of that. I'm really proud of how our church has responded. I think our elder team and our leadership, Pastor Christoph especially, have been phenomenal in how they're handling it. And and we are absolutely 100% on board with that because it's the church. Yeah. Real life's not separate. I mean, we're not a separate thing. Yeah. Like Real Life is we're Life Church. It's what we are. And so, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. A lot of questions about camp, obviously.
Have you seen a lot of questions about camp, which camp has really obviously been on our hearts as well. It's one of probably the biggest things that come up, especially around this season that we really usually look forward to. Right. I've been in a lot of conversations with Pastor Stephen over at Hope Point Church as they try to navigate some of the pieces of what camp might look like or might not look like as far as COVID-19 goes. And for us personally, we've been praying a lot about it, and we've started to even seek out counsel on kind of coming up with a divisive plan to really decide what we're going to do. And so we're in the midst of that. I would say probably in the next couple of weeks, you guys will probably get a definitive answer on what is going on with camp. And it will be made out of a decision that is what we feel like is the best and the most safe for all of you, just for you. It won't be based on what another state does or what our state does. It will be mainly focused on the safety of you guys and the financial pieces of the economy that have probably been affected. So just to let you know, that's something that it's been on our minds. We're in process right now. Thank you for having a little bit of patience with us. And we just ask you to have a little bit more. Again, it's hard to put definitive timelines on the virus because it's shifting. So much changes. It just shifts so much. Yeah. Anybody, anything else? I don't know. I probably missed some of these questions. Did you see anything?
I mean, I think the piece I would just say is for camp, Yeah, I mean, we don't want to make a decision or a call before we have to. But we also don't want to so a decision will be made in the next couple of weeks. And that would also involve, I saw Bryce, your question about fundraising. Totally. That's been a big thing, but big, conversation that we've been having, because we know camp does cost a significant amount of money. And so that is a part of those kinds of decisions, is like, if camp does move forward, how would we be able to help and enable students to fundraise? So those pieces are all involved in that decision. It's not just kind of one done. So, but in the next couple of weeks, we'll have something figured out, and we'll not just figured out, but we'll kind of know more to be able to make a really good decision. And we've been talking to Pastor David and Hannah. We've been talking to a lot of people, kind of seeing where everybody's at. So.
Mm-hmm. Does anybody have any other questions or anything that I might have missed while I was talking? Did you see anything, babe?
No, a lot about camp, and then students have kind of helped to answer a lot of the other questions. But yeah. Looks good.
Sorry, guys. I'm just looking. I'm like scrolling through the comment section, just making sure I didn't miss a question. All right. So I hope that was useful for sure. I hope that was helpful. Mm-hmm. I know that there's going to be a lot of questions, so just know that we're praying, and we're really thinking about all of those pieces and those dynamics for sure with you guys, and like you're the main priority with you guys in mind for sure. So
yeah, and you can totally also reach out to your small group leader, ask them anything that along the journey, like, hey, what's going on with this, or is there any update on this? Obviously us too, but they're totally available, and they know everything going on. So.
Good? Mm-hmm. Good. Awesome. All right. So next, right, we want to move into, I know it's kind of an interesting segue, but I feel like we're having kind of a conversation here. I kind of enjoy that a little bit better, but we're going to be moving into a new series called Checkup, which I'm actually pretty excited about. It should be pretty appropriate for where we're at right now, which is why I'm really excited to do it. Just like any doctor that you would go in to get a checkup at, right? Usually you might be feeling a little off, so you would go to the doctor to try to see what's going on. Or some people even may do a preemptive checkup, which means that they're not sick at all, but they're going to the doctor to make sure that they don't get sick. And either one of those is a great way to approach Jesus, as far as Jesus being the great physician, to get a checkup about how about how you're doing basically with your mind, with your heart, with your emotions, with your focus, or you like on what you've been focused on during this whole piece. And then what have you really been doing with like what's been given to you, as far as what are you doing with your own hands? Are you able to operate under at least what you've been given, instead of just feeling like everything's been taken from me and there's nothing for me to do? And so we want to spend the next couple weeks really diving into those pieces, as you guys, right, at your homes begin to ask God, you begin to ask Jesus to assess where your heart is at, and being able to walk through these pieces. Like, God, assess, help me to see, search my heart, or search my thoughts, or search my emotions, and help me to align myself with you, right? Instead of how I'm feeling maybe right now. And we're going to spend a lot of times in Psalms. I believe Psalms is such an amazing book that probably does the best job of exploring most of the spectrum of human emotion, plus human circumstance, like where you would find yourself in certain positions, and how you see people responding to those things, and being really honest and open with where they're at, which is why I love it. I love people being really honest and open about where they're at. And so you're going to be seeing a lot of that. We're not going to dive into that today, because I really wanted to take time to really discuss a few of these pieces that I know are going to, I knew people would have questions about. And I want to keep you guys in the loop for sure, man. We care about you guys, like we said, and we're always praying for you people. Always praying for you people. Always praying for you guys. And always, just trying to hear God's voice for what would be the best to do.
Yeah.
And so we miss you guys and we love you. And we're, there's starting to be progress and maybe getting, maybe moving closer to being able to gather again. And yeah, like it doesn't, even if I don't know, even if camp per se doesn't work out, like we'll think of something. Like it won't just be, we'll come together, like we'll work together and we'll have something amazing and beautiful. And I know it feels crazy. Like I know there's been so much like isolation and like feeling like you're so distant from people, but Jesus never has been distanced from you. Like he never has. Like he has always been with you.
Right.
He's not like he's always been with you. He hasn't. He's not here. He's not like in our building, and you need to come here to have a relationship with Jesus.
Right.
He has never been distanced from you ever.
Right.
In the midst of all of this, and I know it's tempting to fall into feeling or even like isolating. Feeling super bored or starting to even feel lonely, but to just be encouraged to know that like Jesus hasn't gone anywhere.
Yeah,
he hasn't gone anywhere.
Yeah,
he's just as close to you now as he was when you were coming to this building.
Absolutely.
And so hopefully, and then in the next couple of weeks, we really start to get into those pieces of you being able to, at your home, be able to access the presence of God and be in his presence because he never went anywhere. Yeah. And you're able to get a checkup and assess, like, am I doing okay? Like, I want to be healthy and kind of get a checkup from the great physician. Also, I would love for you guys to continue. Like, I know we usually break and we go to our small groups, which we're going to do today as well. But I've had like some conversations with students that are, it's just different, right? Like meeting in a small group doesn't feel the same. I've heard like, I'm not really like a phone guy and which are all like great characteristics.
Totally.
I'm not saying that's bad. I'm not a phone guy either. I love to meet in person. I love like to have interaction with people. And usually you can be the guy that's like not the phone guy, or you're the guy that's kind of alone, because we have other options where we are meeting and we are having stuff fill that gap. But right now we don't. We don't have any other way that we're meeting. And so meeting in just groups after even Realife Live is so important still to you staying connected and continuing to have community.
Yeah.
And so I just want to really encourage you. I want to encourage you to go to group.
Yes.
Go to group. See the faces of the people that you know and love, and they love you. And engage, talk, ask questions. Just lean into it. I know it's different, but lean into the different.
Right.
Lean into it. Trust me, it'll be healthy for you and good for you to do so. And just don't allow the like, oh, it's different, to just give yourself an excuse to check out.
Yes, that's good.
Like don't allow it to do that right now. Like this is like, we are blessed. So blessed right now to have technology that allows us to even interact how we've been interacting since this all started 2 months ago. So don't take that stuff for granted. Like don't just tell yourself it's different, it's not the same, so I don't want to be a part of it. Like it is different, it's not the same, but let's lean into the different and lean into the not same and try to make the best of what we have. All right? So I love you guys, man. I can't wait until we're all back together again. And I hope you just have great connection and community in your small groups when we go to them. Again, like we always say, every single time we end a Realife Live, if you've never been in a Zoom small group and you're on tonight, all you need to do, you can grab this piece of paper over here. All you really need to do is text your name and what grade you're in to this number, okay? Just to that number. That's all you have to do. If you've never been in a small group, we would love to have you in a small group. Realife, if you have friends, like this is like probably one of the greatest opportunities to get your friends involved in church. Like they don't have to come to church. They don't have to come in a building. They literally have to click on a link, and then they're part of a gathering. Which I can't think of a more easier way to evangelize to your friends. I mean, you need to invite them to your small groups. You need to invite them to your real life groups. You need to invite them to everything. Like this is your moment. Like, hey, you would I would love to have those people on. All our small group leaders would love to have new faces in their small groups. And this is just such a great opportunity to just reach out, text a friend. Hey, you bored? Yeah. Cool. Like you should come and check out this small group. Yeah. Like I just want to encourage you. Like we can grow. Mm-hmm. We don't have to be stagnant. We don't have to just be like, oh, we'll wait for church to gather again before we can grow. Like that's a lie. So good. Like Jesus never went anywhere. Like he's the same. He's the same in you. He's the same in all of us. It's not about just the building. And so let's act like this is an opportunity instead of like, oh, this is horrible. Like let's shift gears. Let's lean into like, hey, I've got some friends. It's just a text message away. Hey guys, you should check out Realife Live tonight. Mm-hmm. That's it. It's like one of the most low commitment asks ever. Just, hey, you can watch these two people talk on YouTube and you don't have to comment. You know, like even though we'd love to see your comments. Like, so anyways, be encouraged by that. I hope you got the number. Yeah, man. And I'm excited. It's weird, but I'm excited. I feel like we can, I don't know. Like we don't have to be limited. Yeah, we can like you know what I'm saying? We don't have to be limited by this. Like Jesus isn't limited. Yes. He's not limited. So good. And that's where our power comes from. That's where anything that we do, it's where it comes from. It's not me. It's not Holly. It's Jesus. Yes, it is Jesus. Yeah. It's always been Jesus. Yeah. And Jesus hasn't changed. Yep. He hasn't shifted and he hasn't gone anywhere. Yeah, that's great. So amen. Good. I love you guys and we'll see you at group. Peace.